Oh yeah, it's gonna be that kind of video. What's up everybody, StevDeS here. Now I want to apologize because I've been trying to do uploads every Sunday when it comes down to these what ifs, and right now, today, it's only just on Sunday that I'm actually able to talk a little bit. And I don't, if I'm going to release part 3 of What If Vegeta Was Born Female, and trust me people, it's coming. Trust me, I've seen the comments, my subscribers are going up, people love that. So, I'm going to release it soon enough. But while I'm coughing like I am, I wanted to do a simpler project, maybe just a little discussion or something. No, Schmidt, this isn't based off of Masako's videos. I'm not copying him. Instead, I'm suggesting through theorizing, theorizing, that the game in question that we're going to talk about today could have a plot, and it could have a very interesting plot at that. What game am I talking about? Brawl Stars. Brawl Stars was developed, made, and shipped out by the lovely people over at Supercell. These people are also known for games like Clash of Clans and Clash Royale, and this other game with a chicken? I honestly don't know where that game came from. Either way, Supercell has made some good games for the mobile platform. So, looking at Clash of Clans, it's fairly multiplayer. It's not really a whole lot to go on as far as the characters. The characters are disposable troops. Same thing with Clash Royale. It doesn't seem very story heavy. But Brawl Stars is story heavy. There is a lot going on with the characters that you can analyze just by looking at what they look like and how they act in game, the different voice files and everything. And so, with this video, I'm going to suppose that Brawl Stars could in fact have an integral story. Just by analyzing how the characters are dressed, how they act in game, there could be something there. And Supercell has done well with releasing the animations done by the animation company here. Honestly, I forget what they're called. But at the time, Supercell's done alright with fleshing out some of the characters. It just doesn't seem very personal. Honestly, when it comes down to Clash Royale and Clash of Clans, I've really fallen out. But this game really has my attention. So, I decided to do a bit of digging. Now, keep in mind of something. The characters you see on screen here are not going to be characters that I reflect on in this video. I just haven't unlocked them. Honestly, I've unlocked every other character in the game, and 17 out of 24 is a nice spot to be in for some what-ifery. So, that being said, let's get in and analyze the first character on this list, the one that I think is extremely important to the plot. Bull. Bull, StevDeS? Why are you analyzing Bull first? He's just a hard-headed tank. That's all he's good for, really. He's not very good at the game. He just runs and shoots people. Well, yeah, everybody runs and shoots people in this game. That's what makes it so much fun. And for Supercell to go out of their way to make a concept like this and make it work, wow, Supercell, good job. So, what do I have to say about Bull? They put the Brawl Stars logo on his jacket. Yeah, that's kind of important. If I were to make a story based on this, and if you're interested in a story based on this, leave a poll up there. I'm actually considering it, considering how much can go into these characters. Bull has the Brawl Stars logo on his jacket. No other character really has a clear indication of that logo. So, I would say that the Brawl Stars are a gang or some sort of group that are after something in this wasteland-like setting, this Wild West setting. What could they be after? Well, other than gold that has the skulls on them, the blue gems. Think about it. These blue gems are shown in multiple game modes. You have Heist, Gem Grab, and what are you defending against the robots? A safe full of blue gems. When it comes down to how important these gems are, I'd say they've made their mark more ways than one. So, Bull could very well be leading the Brawl Stars, even though he's not very tactful of a leader. He's more of a muscle man. Sure, he's an egghead. He's not really an egghead. He needs other people for that role. But Bull seems like the kind of guy, not only based on his obvious array of voice lines. See what I mean? It's obvious he's the leader and he wants that to be shown. No, okay, look, just because I have the most trophies with Bull as opposed to every other character doesn't mean I want him to have an important role here. I looked through every character that I unlocked and I tried to pin together some sort of story, some sort of narrative that each character could have. Because he's got the Brawl Stars logo on his jacket, it makes sense that he's the leader of it. Otherwise, he wouldn't be looking at other people and saying, "Yo, I'm in charge! You don't mess with the Bull!" You know, he's the big deal and he knows it. Now let's look towards another connection I made regarding these two characters, Pam and Jessie. Pam and Jessie are an interesting duo. They both build machines as their super. They both have that same color hair, and they both have the same eyelashes. It can't be coincidence. Oh, they also have the same blush on their face. It can't be coincidence. Honestly, that many defining features, do you know how rare it would be to find another person in the wasteland with the same features that you have? Extremely rare. I have a feeling that Pam, as motherly as she is on the battlefield, is a mother. She's the mother to Jessie. Jessie is Pam's daughter. Now, how do I know this? Well, as the old phrase goes, the apple doesn't fall far from the tree. Their supers build machines that they built themselves. Not to mention, their weapons are things they built themselves. Jessie built her magnetized electricity gun. I don't know what it's actually called. Plasma launcher? Pam built her jump gun. I'm getting flashbacks from Roadhog. And when it comes down to their choice of supers, they have a deployable. And one's based off of a dog, something Jessie likes, and the other one is based off of what Pam does. Keeps her children, or allies, safe and healthy. But I'm about to go one step further and I want you to vote in this poll. And this poll is going to be regarding these characters. Is Bull related to Pam? Now, here's my theory about this. My theory is that because Pam is more of a defensive sort, Pam has the medical area, and that's what her super is. Why did Jessie go the route of making a sentry gun? She has to have a more violent persona in her life in order to consider building a gun when her mom is the one to machines getting her into it. That being said, I think the headstrong Bull would be an inspiration for the kind of turret that Jessie builds. Not to mention, her gun does a lot of damage, okay? Seriously, being able to bounce off of 3 brawlers, I have so much fun with Jessie. I really do. So, I can see there be a connection between her and Bull. So, if Bull is her brother, then Bull's would also be Pam's son. That would give them an excuse. That would make a reason for them to be in the wasteland trying to get the blue gems. They're just trying to help family out. Honestly, it doesn't seem like Pam would be really responsible if she had her daughter fighting to the death over treasure. Pam would be there helping her daughter, or she wouldn't go. There has to be an outside influence as far as Jessie building a turret of all things. Now we get to the fun parts. Honestly, when it comes down to Barley, that's already answered for us. He's the premium guy. He's the one that people get their fix from. No, I'm suggesting alcohol. He's the one that runs the bar. I mean, look at it. It's in the background of the trailer. It's right there. Barley owns that bar, and because everybody comes to him, he doesn't need to go for the gems. The only time he does is if he can make enough room for it. Not to mention, he does know how to shoot a fireball. But this brings us to the other robot. The other robot. Thank you. Rico. Now, Rico looks as though he's got a jacket on. He might be part of a crew. Well, I do believe he is part of a crew. His chassis is kinda similar to the sharpshooters that you have to fight when defending your safe or fighting the boss robot during the events. This leads me to believe dark things about our robotic ball busting buddy. I think Rico's evil. You hear me? You hear me, all you Rico mains out there? You're evil. You're a bad person. Okay, StevDeS, why am I a bad person for playing as Rico all the time? As if you're not. How many times have you used his super and you got the voice file unleashing ultimate power? How often have you done that? There's only one other bot in the game that actually says that line. This guy. The boss. When the boss says something that a brawler says, there's a connection, okay? And not to mention, Rico speaks very robotically, doesn't he? He doesn't have an accent like Barley does. He also is very mechanical in his speech. Barley actually voices out his syllables in each of his voice lines. There's a personality with Barley. There's very little personality with Rico. While I can say something about Carl, he doesn't have a voice line yet. But from the research I've done, I'm convinced Rico is evil and Barley is just running the bar and profiting off of everybody wanting to go get the gems. Alright, StevDeS, I'm listening to you. What do you have to say about Shelly? She is the first brawler that you get to play as. She's your starting brawler. So surely she's got a hand in this. Of course she does. She's in there for a majority of it. And this is yet another poll. Based on their personalities being so close to each other, both culturally and retrospectively, I think that her and El Primo are related. But what do you all think? Could Shelly be a daughter of El Primo? Or could El Primo and Shelly be different? Now, here's my logic. I honestly don't think they're related. The only Spanish saying that I was able to hear from Shelly was quite a different dialect than what we hear from El Primo. So, I don't know if they're related, but to me at least, they're after the blue gems too, and they are also a part of the Brawl Stars. Why would you not have the starting brawler as part of the Brawl Stars? So, if the Brawl Stars are really Bull's gang, then they're part of Bull's gang. Not to mention, their colors are very similar when it comes down to this. Their character design is so similar with the blues, the yellows, the colors that are the exact same. The designers thought there had to be a connection. But what about El Primo? Well, look at the belt. There's a skull. Now, it's not as decorated as the Brawl Stars skull. The Brawl Stars skull has the eyebrows and a triangular nose. Meanwhile, this skull doesn't have a mouth, doesn't have the eyebrows, and it's more skull decorated. In my research, and if someone's got a counter argument to this, please find one. I'm not a sports person. Every wrestling belt doesn't have a skull on it. This is part of his uniform. He's part of the Brawl Stars because he, in fact, has a skull. But that's all I got for you for today. What do you all think? I want to know in the comments, how do you think the characters got here? How do they want the blue gems? What did the blue gems do? Maybe a part 2 will come on by to evaluate on the other ones. But as long as Rico's evil, I'll keep making these what ifs. If you liked the video, leave me a like and subscribe for more what if content similar to this in the realm of video gaming. And as always, I'll see you in the next one. Ciao.